Blessings, blessings, peace, balance, and unconditional love. Thank you for joining. Gratitude to the most highest energy. Gratitude to you. Gratitude to myself for showing up and becoming that light, that being which I should be, because at this stage of the game we are all being called to become much better versions of ourselves. We are being called to elevate. We are being called to not live vicariously through, but we are called to live in the moment, in the now present Mzuzu, which is ever expanding. In actual fact, or in actual truth, the only truth is that any moment, which is reality, is the now moment. Each and every now moment. Okay? That's just a bit of an intro. But to those of you who are joining, those of you who have joined, please share, help us break this algorithm. It took me a while to get on. This is part 2 of what this shift is happening between 1999 and 2055. Okay? If you haven't seen part 1, what part 1 does is it just gives you the general introduction as to this energy. What is happening? Okay? The sun cycles, the earth cycle, what that means for you as an individual, what that means for us as a collective. Okay? All of these culminate into unity because everything is not separated. However, within yourself and your cells, you are separated. Separated from the all. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you if you've joined. Thank you so much. Peace, love, balance, blessings. I really appreciate you. Okay? Share this. Okay? Because these are free master teachings. Some of the things which are wisdom, we're not able to give on these platforms only simply because it is not part of the narrative. It's not part of what is being pushed by the global reset beings. Okay? I'm not going to get into that because once again, what you focus on, you perpetuate. It becomes like a snowball effect. Okay? What we're doing is, and what I'm showing you is that awareness is the key. It's the being. However, focus does not need to be the main thing. Okay? You can have awareness of multiple awarenesses at the same time. But what is time? Because it's in the now. But then, therefore, what you focus on becomes amplified with your energy. Okay, you're utilizing the divine feminine and divine masculine aspect within. Okay, this is healthy in nature, right? So I would love to share this to a couple of groups. Okay, what I want you to do, if you've joined me, before I kick off and start with part 2, which is the metaphysical implications of what the shift is happening, I would love you to share this. I'm going to be sharing this, and also it's going to be on a repeat. Okay? Just give me 2 seconds as I just share this to a few of these beautiful groups and these beings who I love so much. Okay, as well as yourself. You are loved. You are highly respected. You are highly touted. Everything that you are is a culmination of your spiritual energy. Alright? And so, towards a certain time in this video, I should stop it so that I can allow the recording to happen. But what will happen is, I will also allow for a Q&A. Okay, a nice Q&A, so that we can take it from there. So I'm going to allow people to join. Once again, I am Lex. I go by Lex Stays Liquid. My master teaching alias is Baba Lex M-EL. Okay, we do private teachings. We do healings. We do all sorts of modalities to bring your cells and yourself back into homeostasis, balance. Okay, balance of the waters within. All right. So I'm seeing beautiful human beings join. If you have any comments, any questions, please leave them right there. So without further ado, I'm going to clear the energy before we kick off. I'm just going to clear the energy. HQ all the way from Tanzania. That's my cuz. Mwah, love you. Love what you're doing. Okay, so we're clearing the energy. Remember, this time is a space where you've always got to find the time to believe in your own energy, believe in what you are doing, what you are creating, and also who you're becoming. Okay, because you are relevant. For the longest time, we've been taught that everything that we do must go through a system, must go through gates of degrees. For example, the Freemasons, okay? And that is all dissipating. It's an old construct, right? So if you're still moving in the old construct, you're going to find life super tough, super difficult, simply because you refuse to let go, which no longer serves, okay? What used to make certain people happy no longer does, okay? And the reason why is because the energies are shifting, they're changing, they're becoming absolutely powerful. So as we're breathing in through the nostrils, I would love you to bring your awareness to this whole faculty. When you're breathing in, breathe in with intention, because the oxygen which you breathe in shifts into different vital minerals, etheric ones, okay, metaphysical ones. And this is part 2, all right? We've been taught that things outside of us give us nutrition, when in actual fact, the whole vessel itself is nutrition in itself. Once again, depending on where your level of consciousness is at, whether you fast, because the quickest way to accelerate yourself, there you go, automatic, done. Beautiful. That's just to clear the energy. Cool. Beautiful, beautiful stuff, beautiful. Let's take the breath. Let's take our time. Give yourself some time, because you should be first and foremost proud of yourself to make it this far and still be here in your full energy, consciously now looking for ways, not just looking, knowing ways, finding ways, not just doing meditations, not just doing breath works, not just doing cold therapies, not just putting in the correct programming, meaning what do you ingest, okay? So when it comes to this right here, the metaphysicality is pretty much 2 to 10-fold, depending on your level of consciousness once again. So let's go towards the spirit, okay? I was jumping around a little bit just to spark some pineal glands, get your crystals working, because the blood also is one of the biggest crystals you have. The blood also is one of the biggest crystals you have. Yes, 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 Dion. Gratitude. Thank you for joining, Queen. Please share to break the algorithm, because it's not allowing this live to be shared to different platforms, and also for allowance for it to be open. So if you can share that for me, that would be such a blessing, Queen. And please, if you have questions, once again. So what we're going to kick off with, because I'm not going to make this long, I'm going to keep it short, sweet, concise, touch the points, and also simplify. That is part of my soul's code. My spirit's mission here is to simplify that which looks complicated, because nothing is complicated. What is complicated is the mess within, which is distorting the information coming in. And you perpetuate that by what you put in, and also how you surround yourself, the rituals which you do or do not do. That voice right here, which you hear, says, do this, take a fast, no, take a rest, quit that job, go for this. Those are prompts from your higher self. That is your spirit. Hence why we're here. Okay? Your spirit will start to give you prompts. Throughout this period of time, you will get multiple. But there will come a time in our linear timelines, in this decade, in the 20s, right? The 30s is a different decade. We'll get into that in other videos. But in this first decade, the main aim is for you to clean house. Your spirit is waking you up to clean house. Your 12 astrological signs are 12 aspects of the self. They have 12 characteristical traits on a third dimensional plane. On an emotional plane, emotional quotient, emotional body, right? They have different faculties which you are able to unlock. Wow, absolutely powerful. Okay? And so the more you don't listen to the prompts of your spirit, the more you prolong your pain. I mean, we're born in sin, and hence we are coming out of hell. Okay? Because we are born in a state of non-authenticity, non-sovereignty, non-freedom, right? So we are already in hell. What we're doing is we're bringing heaven to earth. But it starts with you, right? How is your house spiritually? Do you practice breath work spiritually? Because once again, breath, if you look at etymology, okay, ancient Hebrew, which is what the English language is basically derived from, with a few extras here and there. But if you look at Hebrew, you will know English. You also know the spells. Abracadabra, abracadabra. As I speak, I create. So whenever you're speaking, what are you creating? But also your spirit has prompted you to do certain things. So when you're not able to do those certain things, it's because you haven't listened to your spirit. Okay? Receiving guidance is another thing. Being open to that. That is now opening your faculties of if you're left-brained or left-minded, okay? Not the physical brain, the mind. It actually doesn't house here, but you know, we just use this analogy, right? So your mind is what it makes holograms. Okay, your brain decodes it. Your eyes show you what you can see in this reality. Otherwise, without these, your other senses are much better at detecting, at knowing, at moving forth. However, we're moving through these dimensions. Okay, so that is it from the spirit aspect, right? Learning how to breathe, as I said, etymology is spirar. Spirare, spiral, to breathe. Whenever you breathe, there's vortices within your nasal cavities. There's a whole network in your sinus cavities, right? Which vortex the oxygen or the air, clean it, cleanse it, and then clarify it, and then give it a different form. Okay? Once again, if you're a mouth breather, what you're doing is you're bypassing this beautiful faculty which you have, okay, of cleansing your own oxygen. Whether you're at a place where they do a lot of trails up there, they do a lot of different things, okay, it is all eventually up to you to make the change, make the choice, and therefore make the difference. Because you are the difference. Whoa. Now we're moving on to mind. Okay? The mind prompts are, this is 20-fold, because number one, we're dealing with ourselves. Okay? So if you look in this lifetime where you sat in, you came through, first and foremost, looking to deal with karma. Karma meaning lessons which you must learn through trials and tribulations. So depending on how resilient you are in those trials and tribulations, you then come out on top or above and beyond your old self. Not people, not places, not things, because that's the ego mind, shadow self. Stay with me. you're utilizing a lower level of vibration or vibratory state of being. All right? If you look at the mind, it is, or the first three chakras and the mind, it is rooted in the first three chakras, which is safety, sex, survival. Safety, sex, survival. Okay? Where do I live? How do I be of the flesh and engage? And also, how do I protect myself, but from the ego state of being? There's no selflessness. It's all selfishness. Wow. Stay with me. Okay? Stay with me. These states of being determine, because of your perception, your reality. They also determine what you experience because of your insperience. So the more you are able to tap into the inner world, the outer world becomes magic. But magic is simply science which we do not understand, overstand, or understand, especially understanding. Okay? The highest form of technology which has been hidden from us is our consciousness. Everything is derived from consciousness. It's derived from the pineal, melanin, its nature, because it's able to withstand radiation of all sorts, different propagations of energy. It can adapt. Okay? And this will become evident. Once again, I'm not going to tap into this faculty of what the shift is happening. It's going to be in the later, parts. But for this purpose right now, the mind is super important. However, when it comes to manifestation, the reason why your manifestation through your mind is not working, or it's not coming as you see fit, is because when you manifest from mind, you're manifesting from duality. Left brain, right brain. Simple. So if you are imbalanced, guess what happens? Your manifestations are imbalanced. Whoa! Absolutely powerful. Okay? And also simple. You see, once you know these basic keys, these beans, you're able to then be Jack and go and grow your beanstalk as you see fit. Yes? Beautiful. Beautiful. I love it. How are we feeling? Breathe. How are we feeling? Breathe. Breathe. I'm going to condense this, but otherwise, like I said, I'm going to do a few lives and have a few people join and ask some questions based on this, right? Now we move from the mind. It's still there. We've got to deal with the emotions. What is emotions even? What does that mean? E, energy, motion. Energy, moving, in motion. Ion. Ion is ions. So action. Act, ion. You acting upon the energy, the ion. It's super simple, yet once again, we are here to cleanse, clarify, and just pretty much, thank you for joining, King, give some more beans on this. So when it comes to emotions, right, this is similar to the mind, but it's different. Same, but different, because the mind houses traumas, failures, fears, inadequacies, things which are triggers for you to become. That which you hate the most, that which you complain about the most, is where you can do the most healing. If you got what I said, write that in the comments. I can't write that in the comments. However, that is super powerful. Okay? So emotions unhealed, when they come through as just simply motion, energy. Just energy is energy. What you do with it is either going to define you as a victim or a sovereign being, someone who is free. Okay? Traumas, especially childhood. The rest of the traumas are now learnt because we are already in the system. However, childhood, whenever you first got that, no, don't do that. Don't listen to them. no, we don't go there. Only eat this. Whoa, whoa, stop it. Or you had situations where there was one parent missing, their behavior, because once again, as children, we don't learn by words. It's a lower form of learning. Spelling. Thought forms, actions, movements. Primal. Right? Okay? Let me pin this question, brother. Let me pin this question from my brother Imhotep. He said, what is freedom? I'm going to jump to this when I finish the teachings, yeah? Just give me 2.5, my brother. Please, if you are able to share this, allow people to join. My algorithms are, as per usual, because of the nature of our work, right? Okay, Tyron, thank you for joining. So now, when it comes to the emotions, right? If you're still housing stress, trauma, and you're unhealed from even your childhood, I mean, even things which happened with past relationships. I'm dealing with a lot of powerful men who are now stepping into their power because they are realizing that they've been treated incorrectly, and also the way they were treating was incorrect, and therefore there's no juice, there's no more love, there's no more, just the age of Aquarius, man. Let it flow. There's no more flow. Also, the programming which we put inside ourselves and surround ourselves is detrimental. It's for degression, not elevation. We're going backwards, right? So once you deal with those and start to cleanse, clear, clarify, utilizing the power of water, check out my Lex Days Liquid fasting methods. They're beautiful, okay? But also you can just take a fast by yourself. It's not that difficult. However, you need to take the time out to figure out this energy, what's happening, okay? Cool. Now we move on to the vessel. What's going to happen in the vessel with these prompts of these energy pulses that are going to only become more and more available, enticing us to change what we are doing, and what no longer serves, we must throw it away, give it love, and say thank you for serving your purpose. However, at this stage of the game, I am now beyond that. That is the purpose of this period, okay? That's why it is the void. It is the void, but if you avoid, you become lost in the void. The vessel will give you prompts. You're going to start to get aches. Your bones are going to change. Your teeth are going to change. If you have any implants, any sort of chemicals in you, they're going to want to purge naturally because of what's happening. So for you to increase with intention this natural detoxification, which is what our planet is going through with this heat that's happening. It's not quite heat. I'll explain that in the next ones. Okay, it's magnetic energy. What it's doing is it's magnetizing all of those cells which are clean into a certain position, and then those which are negative or detrimental into a certain position, and then it's going to flush it out, similar to your body. Whenever you're ill, you burn up with a fever. Your solar plexus is where your immune system is housed. Let's call it 90% of it. Okay? Once again, check my content. I have all of this laid down for you. Otherwise, ask questions. So once you clear the guts, you clear the network, you start to cleanse, clear, clarify the vessel, and therefore all of the prompts which you are hearing are clearer. You also don't need to go on any spiritual pages. You don't need to join groups. However, what you would require at certain moments is just the guidance. Okay? No distractions, only guidance. Because you are who you've been waiting for this whole time. To finalize this right here, I'm just touching briefly on these. Obviously, we expand on these and expound on these, but with this purpose, especially here, we're only able to give certain amounts of teachings because of the algorithms getting blocked, etc., etc., etc. However, we are here to assist. If you have these issues, if you'd love to cleanse, clear, clarify, and become a better version of yourself while there's still the momentous moment in every now Mzuzu to do so, then you can. Okay? It's all up to you. The Common denominator is choice, aka free will. And you've got that. To just get into this sphere, if you really are one who's looking for somewhere to begin, look at my page. I have something which is called a teachings of the 3 P's. The 3 P's: passion, purpose, play. What makes you alive every day? What do you look forward to when you rise? And before you go to slumber, 0 point darkness, what are you grateful for? Besides yourself and being here, you made it. You made it. One more time, okay? It's absolutely powerful to acknowledge how far you have come, okay? That's another being for you. Continuously give yourself the compassion, the love, as you would to a child. Give it to your child self. If you need to cry, especially the gentlemen, this is what we're doing in some of these retreats, teaching you how to release and cry in certain ways and manners with the breath work, to release the emotion which becomes stagnant over time and therefore become dis-ease. Right? Going back to the 3 P's. Passion. Find that passion. Purpose. If you don't know, I also do such things as past life regressions. Okay? Do shadow work. Healing the ego mind. Right? Moving away from that. Balancing the masculine and the feminine natures within. Okay? Healing the waters within. So it's self-development in order to develop the self. Because your cells make you the self. It's the only way you can tap into higher self. Otherwise, what you are hearing or what you're attempting to get to when you fasted, when you super saturated with all of this density, is noise. You hear, it's called monkey mind. Or you hear voices. You hear thoughts. Whoa, they're not yours. Okay? Once again, as we go with these teachings, I'm going to illuminate you. I'm going to simplify it. I'm going to make it easier for you because I love you. Okay? Once again, I go by Lex, and let me answer this last question before I disappear. For this episode, this part, what is freedom? What is freedom? What is freedom? Freedom is the opportunity to be authentically yourself in any given Mzuzu, any given moment, without any control, coercion, or influence. You just be, and therefore become. This is freedom. As we're becoming who we are more powerful. I stay steadfast, 10 toes down. I go by Lex. Lex stays liquid. With the power of water, we heal. Please, remain blissful. Stay liquid. Lex.